Welcome to this short video. We're going to talk about how S-Concrete can code check and design an L-beam per the French annex of the EC2. So what we have here is S-Concrete's interface. So whenever you open a new file, this is what you're going to get. So in order to get where we want to go, we're going to select the type of beam that we want to design. So we're going to go here with an L beam type. And next, we want to make sure that we have the right size and miscellaneous of the section. So first thing, let's make sure that we have the correct code. Here we have the EC2 for the French national annex, and we're going to be utilizing European var type as well. The units are going to be kept as metric. Our material properties are going to be set to 30 megapascals for the concrete strength, and for the steel we're going to stay with 500 MPa. Now some of this has been set on default by the French code, the French national annex. Then we can set the dimensions that we're going to be working with. So for my width, I'm going to go with a 350, and my depth is going to be 750. Now when it comes to the slab, we have different options, but let's go with 860, and the thickness is going to be of 300. When it comes to the clear cover, the calculation throw 45 millimeter on all of the clear covers. So that's what we're going to do here, and we're going to continue with all of the code checksums for bar spacing and crack control on both the top and the bottom, and the face steel itself if we have any. Now the effective section properties, we're going to leave them as they are, and so is the effective depth limit, right? So we're going to click here on OK, and now remember that we can always click and drag these dimensions to resize our section just as we play with the design. Now we're going to add some loads in here. Here we have the default loads for S-Concrete, but we're going to clear these and work with only one type of load case. So we're going to have a shear of 510 kilonewtons on the positive direction, and also a moment on the y direction of 684. We're only going to have this load case, and we're not going to have any actual or torsional loads. So we're going to click here on OK. As you can see, we are already having that the utilization radios have updated, so we are not passing the code check for the normal versus moment, right? So next, let's work and let's set our detailing, our reinforcement. So here we're going to go with let's go with 4 bars of 32, and here let's also go with 4 bars but of 25. Now we're going to remove this, and we're also going to add a second layer of 2 of the 25. Now we're going to allow it to show the set of second bars that we just added here. And when it comes to the stirrups or links, we're going to go with 10. We're going to go with a 10 size at 150 millimeters with 2 legs, and these are going to be closed stirrups. When it comes to the face steel, we're not going to have any face steel, so we're just going to eliminate that over here. So we click on OK, and we see already that we have passing code checks on both of our utilization radios. So we can take a look at the results report, and here we can see that the utilization for both are passing, but I want you to take a look here at the European building standards that are being used. So first we have the Eurocode tool, design of concrete structures, and when it comes to the national annex, we have here the French national annex. We also have the design aids that are performed. So here we have all the miscellaneous of the section itself. We have the reinforcement information, the top bars, the bottom bars, the reinforcement of the steel, and we have here the areas of it. Then we have our design loads, the results. So if we scroll down, we're going to get to this longitudinal steel requirement for shear and torsion. So we can see here that although it's passing the code check, we are still getting a warning because the utilization is higher than the maximum allowable. And if we scroll down, we can even see that we have some crack width in the bottom region. The limit is 300 millimeters, and right now our crack width is of 504 millimeters. So at the bottom we can see the summary of this list of messages. So we're going to try to add some reinforcement, especially at the bottom, because we saw that here is when we are having some issues, right? So let's start by adding an extra bar here, and perhaps even increasing the size of these bottom bars down to 28, and now we can see that with that extra layer and the increasing the bar size, we have an acceptable status. So we can go back to our report and we can see that this is not happening anymore. So we can go here and we can see that we have an acceptable and a passing section when utilizing the French annex. We can also review our results here with the N versus M diagrams. Over here, remember that these diagrams are interactive, and we can take a look at different stresses that are happening at different points of our diagram. So for the non-contradictory complementary information of clause 7.3.4 of the French annex is considered for the crack width calculations that we see here. Additionally, for the shear and torsion determinant requirements, the nationally determined parameters of clause 9.2.2 of this French annex is considered for the maximum longitudinal spacing. That's it for today. Thanks for watching and have a good one.